Adam, thanks for being on the Beyond Technology podcast. Great to have you. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, great to be here. Good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to start off with, tell me about your business and what you do, what Elite Travel does, and then how you got into it.
Sure. Yeah, so we've been open about 10 years now. I have a company that started in my basement, like all stories do. It's a corporate travel management company, a corporate travel technology hub company that it's sort of evolved into as well. And just the ideas of really how it came about was working for a large global competitor and trying to find ways to do things differently and be more so disruptors.
Gotcha. So you kind of saw a gap and you're like, I could make something better here that helps the consumer better.
Yeah, you know what? A big thing about it actually came down to transparency on pricing and how to build, better relationships with clients, long-standing relationships where you could shake their hand and look them in the eye and saying you're doing everything possible to drive down their costs.
Got it. So building that trust and providing the value where you could, right?
Absolutely. Value, isn't just a price tag. There's a lot of additional opportunities for value these days.
Cool. And besides the lead, I think you have a few other different brands that you're kind of building out. And tell me more about those.
Yeah, so one of our fastest growing brands is a crew travel division that specializes in large group movements to the unsexy areas, as I call it. So a lot of that came from the initiatives from like the book Blue Ocean Strategy and how to find opportunities where other people aren't going. So crew travel, it may not be as attractive to go to Fort St. John and Fort McMurray, but there's definitely a lot of buzz in the corporate travel community about those areas.
Yeah, there's a need for it for sure, right?
For sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. And with your business, you've grown a ton over the last few years. Tell me about how that journey's been.
Yeah, so you know what, we have won a couple cool industry awards, Globe and Mail Fastest Growth Award for 3 years in a row. And what's exciting about those awards is you get invited to some cool conferences where you meet other companies going through similar growth. So it's not normal to go through that kind of growth and to be validated that a lot of growth needs the right people on the bus, and it's not for everybody. So some of that growth, we've kept some really long-standing staff and really most proud of some of the individuals that have been through us through thick and thin and experienced a lot of the hats that get worn with a fast-growing company.
Yeah, because your team has to grow along and keep up pace, right?
Yeah, and the mindset has to change with the growth and pivot from friends. So those are the sort of lines that stick with us for sure.
Yeah, cool. Tell me about what's your 10-year goal? Like where do you want to go with this business?
We are an EOS company, so we use a lot of the traction sessions, and we want to be $1 billion travel company.
Nice.
So today we probably represent about $100 million in travel sales. Our focus is to be $1 billion and to be Canada's biggest player in corporate travel.
Wow.
And hopefully outside of Canada as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty big goal. EOS is great. It's funny, one of our other guests that we're having on is Chris Jones. So as you're solving problems in your business, how do you decide whether to solve them with people or with a technology solution?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And the reason is there's so many AI tools to deploy and technology tools to deploy. And in our industry, we often get asked, how can people still use a travel agency, a corporate travel technology company, when there's so many tools you can deploy? So our thought process on it is that the strength of our industry is the fact that there's a lot of suppliers that really struggle with customer service, from airlines to hotels to car rental companies. There's issues that need to be resolved on the in-between. So it's the black and white that we do outsource, but it's the intangibles that we never will outsource. We're a company that believes we sell customer service the same way that Zappos and Tony Hsieh had created, the customer service company that just happens to sell shoes. We're a customer service company that just happens to sell corporate travel.
Yeah, make it more convenient, make it easier, take the worry off people's plate. There's a ton of value in that, right?
For sure.
Yeah. With digital risks these days and AI, obviously there's a big culture aspect of that and bringing your team in. How do you foster a great culture that allows your team to, try, experiment, maybe fail, and be okay with that and know that they're safe?
I think the big thing about failing with a lot of the new technologies you introduce, and we just had a new portal go live recently, is get it to market and realize that issues are going to arise.
Yeah.
You've introduced it to the market for good reason. It's not going to go perfectly, and learn from each product launch or each technology, each enhancement you introduce, and learn for it the next time. So I think that the people who deploy these systems within our business have grown into their roles. They know the industry well, but a lot of us are launching new systems and technologies that we're not familiar with. So my focus is get it to market, get some client feedback, and then use that to build upon it as well.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you're iterating pretty quickly and listening to the clients, right?
Yeah, we often do we roll out a new technology or system. We typically choose 3 loyal clients that have been with us for some time, and then we know that they're going to give us honest feedback, try to break things before we roll it out to the masses or any new client for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's great to have that trust and go to them and say, hey, we're going to experiment together, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And they'll see the benefit on the other side, hopefully, right? So, cool. Do you see technology making leadership in day-to-day easier or harder?
Technology and the impact on leadership, I certainly see harder. And I say that because there's such a push to introduce automation for every leader in the business, especially for the demographics coming up who are learning this, that, and the other. And sometimes it's not, about introducing everything that can do our jobs for us. It's about realizing that we still need to learn and grow personally, reading books, reading leadership books, attending conferences. That AI and technology can't resolve every issue, and sometimes we have to put the work in ourselves.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I find a lot of people are asking their team, like, what do you not like to do about your day-to-day, and trying to automate those things first.
Yeah.
Give them time back to focus on the more high-value skills that they can really provide their human touch to, right?
Yeah, and so I always look at it as what is transactional that can be outsourced and what really needs the human touch. If it's something we can outsource even to a contractor or to a technology that doesn't impact the client experience, I'm absolutely for it, or the employee experience. But for those high touch experiences, those are some of the items I think are really important to keep in-house and work on yourself again.
Yeah, as a service company that just happens to do travel, right?
Exactly.
Last question for you. What's the coolest, funnest, neatest app that you're using these days? I'd love to hear about it.
Oh man. You know what? For me, it's all these subscriptions I keep getting billed for, and an app that goes in and automatically tells me everything I'm overpaying for these days.
Oh yeah.
So I downloaded that one last night. I've used apps like the Wiser app that gives you little clips of books, but you know what? I'm someone who's all about embracing, learning and really getting into it and reading a full book. So I haven't jumped into that one as much, but there's always something jumping out. I'm a simple guy, so learning how to use the timer function on the camera is good enough for me.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's all those the features that are there that you never use, and it's like, oh wow, yeah, I forgot about that.
Exactly.
There's so much. So
yeah.
Adam, if people wanted to reach out to you or Elite Travel and get to know how you can help them, how would they reach out to you?
Yeah, thanks for asking that, and always good to have a probe. So just email us, info@elitetm.ca. Though it sounds generic, it's going to the right people right away. So awesome. We have a quick response to that.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, thanks for being on the podcast. It's great to have you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Good to see you, Sean, and thanks for hosting Elite here.